Welcome to And That's When I Realized, the truth and comedy of midlife with me, Susan Dolci.
And me, Leone Dyer. We are two good friends navigating the twists and turns of that middle part of life, and we are laughing our way through it.
Don't get us wrong, it's not all that funny all the time. There's so much we're unprepared for. Adult children, changing bodies, aging parents. We want you to know that you are not alone in these challenges. So sit back, get a front row seat as we share true life stories with a fresh perspective and just a pinch of irreverence. And That's When I Realized starts now.
Still doing the music. Hey, everyone. Welcome to And That's When I Realized. I'm Leone Dyer.
And I'm Susan Dolci.
And this is a show where we're tackling the truth and the comedy of midlife. So Susan and I are best friends, and we get together almost every Friday through Zoom. And we share our week. We share the joys, the challenges, the laughs, and discuss all those things that friends share. I don't know about you, but we thought by the time we were in our mid-50s, we would have life figured out. But it turns out there's a whole lot we didn't expect. And that's what we're sharing with you. So today is a fun show. I'm excited about
I'm so excited.
So let's take a look back at who and what is turning 50 and how they still impact us today. From everything from literature to prime time, inventions to fast food. So grab a cup of coffee, glass of iced tea, or whatever you're drinking, and join us for some 1972 trivia.
I think today calls for a glass of Tab.
Oh my gosh. I hate Moxie, and Tab is right below Moxie. So we have like code words in our family, and I'm sharing all this on everyone will now know. But we share, we have a little code word. This was me as a mother when I send my kids off to school, and sometimes they don't answer my texts. And I'm like, are you okay? Are you okay? Hey, look, I'm in the neighborhood. Do you want some Moxie? Which means you better, yeah. And if they reply, yes, that means call 911. They're in a trunk and someone has kidnapped them. That's the theory. So yeah, Tab is Moxie, Tab. Disgusting.
Well, one of the so we've got several categories, and we're going to get to food, but just in the sake of, because I was just thinking about Tab. I don't know when Tab was originated, but
okay. I thought I thought
no. Mr. Pibb did start in. So the year we're talking about, if you suck at math like I do, we're talking about 1972. Yes, yeah, that would be 50 years to 2022, and so I came across this article in AARP magazine, which I don't get. It comes to my house every month, still addressed to my deceased mother. Thanks, Mom, for the hint about what a great show. And there was an article, and it was the top 50, not top 50, but 50 things that are turning 50. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is so fun, because in 1972, we were eight. I was going to say 9. And so I remember a lot of these things. And so in some ways it doesn't feel like it's been that long.
Right.
You know, like it's like, especially when we start to talk about the political and historical facts, it's like, really, that was 50 years ago? That kind of feels like yesterday. So what category do you want to start with?
Well, do you want to do food since we're there?
We can do food. So again, if you're interested in, if you get ARP magazine, it was in the whatever, the most recent edition, doesn't have a date on it. So food, I'm gonna have to move my notes around, Leone.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, bottle caps.
You don't know what bottle caps are. So I added that today. We've been adding notes to today, like back and forth, and we don't know. She doesn't know everything I've added, and I don't know everything she's added. You don't know what a bottle cap is?
Well, is it what comes on top of a soda? I don't know.
It's a candy that's shaped like a bottle cap that is gum, right? Jacob, back me up here. It's gum, right?
They had a gum version, but they also had just like kind of a tart candy one, kind of like a sweet tart almost.
Yes. But it was shaped like a bottle cap. And I remember because my favorite flavor was root beer. So a lot of times they came like in like soda flavors, like orange and grape soda and root beer and cola.
I think I'm dating myself, but we used to get these things. They were disgusting, but I still ate them. They were wax. They look like a wax bottle, and it had a liquid inside. That's not what we're talking about.
No, those were.
No.
I don't even know, like, who wanted the lick. I never understood that candy. There was a penny candy store in my neighborhood. And it was the kind, like, had the big candy jars, and you would, like, there was the guy who owned the store, talk about militant, but when you have kids literally walking on their way to school anyway. And I never understood any of the wax candies, like the wax lips or the wax teeth or the wax bottles with the funky tasting liquid.
Okay.
Bottle
caps.
Delicious.
I'm gonna look them up. I'm gonna look them up.
Especially the root beer flavor.
Okay.
So interestingly, the McMuffin and the Quarter Pounder are turning 50 years old.
And first Starbucks opened 1972 in Seattle.
Talk about it was a long time before Starbucks, I think, made its way to our neck of the woods. But it seems like, and I think that's why it seems so soon, is because we weren't part of the original posse of Starbucks attendees. So this one was actually stovetop stuffing. Okay.
Yeah.
This one was actually in the magazine. I thought this one was really funny. Popeyes is turning 50 years old. And Al Copeland founded it in the New Orleans suburb. And he joked that he was too poor to afford the apostrophe. So if you look at it, it's Popeyes. There's no apostrophe. It's just Popeyes. Not like Popeye's chicken. It's Popeye's chicken. I don't know. That was a visual of popping eyes.
Oh, how much? An apostrophe must have cost a lot.
It must have on it, because it shows him in front of his sign, and apostrophe, any more neon must have cost a lot. Fun fact: here in Holland, Michigan, they just opened a Popeyes, and there is always a line going around the store and out onto the street. I didn't know it was that good.
I am going to say, now I might be wrong, I don't think our state has one.
What else does your state not have?
Here comes trivia.
Okay, wait, a trivia question.
All right. Yeah, Jacob.
So we're going to ask Jacob, what fast, well, I wouldn't call it fast food chain. What I would call it a dining chain. That's national.
Yeah. Every state has one. And I believe every province in Canada has one. If I'm
it's like
correct.
Like a diner kind of situation here.
Yeah.
No, it's like dinner and lunch. It's not like a drive-through fast food place.
No, you go in, you sit down, you get a menu.
Okay.
People wait on your table. And state of Maine does not have one.
Okay. The first thing that pops into my head, and I feel like this is so far off, is Denny's.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. We have a lot of Denny's.
Why do you think
we have a lot of colleges in Maine.
I was like, Denny's or a Waffle House, but I don't think there's a Waffle House out where I'm at.
We have Waffle House. We have Denny's.
What is Maine known for? I don't want to put you on the spot.
No, it's okay. I'm really enjoying this. Lobster, of course.
Yeah.
So
Red Lobster. No way.
Red Lobster.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, we don't.
Maine. Okay.
But think about it. If anyone is coming to the state of Maine, they're not, well, I would hope they would go to a Red Lobster. Yeah. My daughter got homesick. She went to college in Boston. In Chicago, and she got homesick. And her friends took her to a Red Lobster, thinking we need to boost up her morale and give her some love. And she texted me and said, "OMG, thank you for letting me live in Maine." Because she's like, if that was my introduction to lobster, I would never eat it again.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Also my mom's favorite restaurant. So I've had a lot of Red Lobster in my days. Yeah.
I want to go back to stovetop stuffing.
Okay.
I remember, the first time I had stovetop stuffing, which was also the first time I had, I hope I'm saying this right, Salisbury steak.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Saying it right to me.
Okay. Well, I had never had, I had steak and I had ground beef, and I never, it's a different.
It's a fancy hamburger with some gravy.
Yeah. I was like, okay. But I had stovetop stuffing first time, and I think I was like in 8th grade. Let me think about this, 7th or 8th grade. And I went home and told my mom I ate the most amazing food. Going through it. Stovetop stuffing. Yeah.
She was horrified, no doubt.
No, she just said, okay. Yeah, my mom wasn't necessarily as critical maybe as I am with stuff like that now. But yeah. But stovetop stuffing.
Yeah.
I actually, yeah.
I was gonna go ahead. I finish up.
No.
And then we're gonna segue to another topic. And we're not going to cover all of it. We know we're not.
No, we're not. So we just covered the first was on food. No. I have to say, every now and then when I want comfort food, I'll actually buy stovetop stuffing, but I don't tell people that.
Oh, I have a great pork and peaches recipe with stovetop stuffing. I stopped making it a long time ago, as you know.
Oh, that should lovely too.
It's delicious. Honey mustard and stovetop stuffing.
We should do a cooking show, a food show.
All righty, we are at the break time. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I don't know. We've got movies, we've got politics, history. We've got so much. It's so fun.
So much. Yep.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to, and that's when I realized, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. We are having so much fun today. We are revisiting 1972, and we are talking about things that are turning 50 years old today. And we've got them Leone was great. She put them into buckets where we got this idea from an article from AARP magazine, which again, I say I'm not a member. I probably should, because I hear there are great discounts, great coupons. Anyway, but we were talking about food in the opening segment, and we asked Jacob what he wants, and he said he wants us to segue into science and technology. So it's a little bit of trivia. It's just a little fun facts about who and what is turning 50. So I think this is interesting to me that the Honda Civic is turning 50 years old. I had a Honda, my first car was my first car was a Honda Accord. So I've always been a Honda fan, but sales of this reliable, fuel-efficient vehicle spiked as oil prices soared. So it was I wish you could see the picture of this first Honda Civic. It's like, it looks like a Datsun. That's another throwback. Yeah, so science and technology, Honda Civic. Leone threw this one in there. You have to go for the drug that turned 50.
All right. Jacob, what do you think the drug?
The drug that turned 50?
Yeah, everyone takes it. It's a very well-known, well, not everyone. Not everyone takes it. It's not everyone.
Is it like,
but it's not as prevalent as it used to be back in the 80s.
Okay, I'm gonna guess Tylenol.
Ooh.
Or is this like
Prozac.
a recreational drug that you're...
No, it's not recreational.
No.
It's a prescription drug, however.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well,
lots of housewives used to take it.
oh my gosh.
Yeah. All right.
I have no idea, honestly. I'm like running through all
Okay.
these drugs in my head. Like, no, I don't think that's
Okay,
it.
I'm going to tell you. Prozac.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
It's like in
Prozac
that
turns
song
50.
1985 by Bowling for Soup. They're talking about Prozac in there.
Yeah.
There it
Yeah.
is.
There it is. Prozac. Yeah. And
It was developed by it was an antidepressant by the Scottish Brian B. Malloy and the American Klaus K. Schmiegel.
oh, I'm so glad you said their names because I was
Michael.
like, yeah.
Hassenpfeff Incorporated. Okay, I'm really dating
Mhm.
myself now.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a machine that is used in medicine that is turning 50, and it has an acronym of 3 letters, and it is not MRI.
Oh no.
And I know, poor Jacob. He's like, I didn't sign up for
Like,
this.
yeah, I didn't know I was going to be doing this when I got
Come
on with you
on.
guys today.
Can I have another hint?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Get one. Well, it takes pictures of internally.
Okay, so but you said not an MRI.
Hmm.
X-ray is not 3 letters.
Nope.
Mm,
It's not a dog. It
But
is
it's the CAT
Cat.
scan.
CAT scan. Oh my goodness. 0 for 3 right now. This is
Okay, it's okay.
not my best
We'll
work.
get to government. We'll get to government really soon.
You're still a baby. The computerized axial tomography it was started in England in 1972.
Mm-hmm. And this one, okay, so there were 2, and for some reason, I don't see the other one here, but that I saw in my research. But the compact disc was, and yeah, the compact disc.
Like the compact disc, like a music disc, because the floppy disk was also. Remember the
Right.
floppies, the 4x4 or
Yes.
Yeah.
And that too. So RCA developed the compact disc in 1972, but I don't think that was the like what we call the compact disc now. I think it was the technology to get to that.
Yeah, maybe. But
Yeah.
like floppy disks, I remember the first time, this is how old I am. I was in college, it was my senior year, and I was working on a documentary, and we still had those, like 4x4 black, like literally floppy, like you could crack them if you tried hard enough. And put those in like a word processing machine to write this documentary, because like computers like were just, that's the other thing I read that I did not put in here. The very first email was sent in 1972.
Okay, I saw that also. Yeah. So when I was kind of like prepping for the show, I then had like just what has changed in the last 50 years, like the life of, like someone that was born in 1972, how has their life changed? Like, and so you always think about like when my husband's mother was born in 1913, grandmother was born in 1913, and everything that she saw throughout her life, she saw, like an indoor phone, like they didn't even have phones, like a landline phone and then when she passed, like people had cell phones. But so my brother was born in 1972. So in the span of his life, we have gone from having phones on the wall, like where you dial, like remember the rotary?
Oh
yeah. Right. Heaven forbid your number was 987.
And if you messed up and you had to start all over again.
Oh, you had to click down the bar and go back up. Right. Yeah. You have no clue if you do. Yeah. Like how easy it is to have yourself. But now, I mean, we have our phones, and it's basically our computer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's everything, how technology has advanced. I put this under government. It can be, I'm going to like push it up into science.
Okay.
Most of the technology that we have, like Velcro, almost everything that's in our cell phones, everything has come from the space program.
Really?
Yeah. Okay.
I
Yes.
mean, I think about it. I'm like, yeah, I guess that makes a lot of sense. I've never really thought about that.
Well, I never ever really would have, except I have a family of engineers and geeks. So, yeah, that's just one of those trivia things that stuck in my head. But in 1972, I'm trying to find it. Nixon signs the bill for NASA to begin research on a manned space shuttle.
And we know how that ended. Well, it didn't really end.
But no.
Everybody remembers where they were when it. Well, if you were alive.
Challenger.
Yeah, when the Space Challenger blew up. Yeah.
I was in Legal Seafood, Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts.
I was standing in my living room watching the launch. Living in Florida.
I was not.
Yeah.
But
anyway, wah wah wah. That was like.
I know. All right, let's do something. Let's do something upbeat.
Okay. Well, you know what? Let's stick with government, because we're going to take a break here in a little bit. And there's some really interesting, I hate that word. My husband would be looking at me right now, but there's a lot of stuff that was like really, yeah, that was like, I feel like, it doesn't feel like it was 50 years ago. For example, it was the beginning of the Watergate scandal.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because I feel like I sort of just relived all of this recently. Just like the whole, like, impeachment thing and in palace intrigue at the White House. And so it was when police apprehended 5 men who attempted to bug the U.S. Democratic National Committee headquarters, located in the Watergate complex of Washington, D.C., which the Watergate Hotel is still there. And it also witnessed the start of the greatest modern day political scandal. Well, I guess that's about that.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for the January 6th commission. But I mean, that was such a big deal. And I remember Nixon resigning, and I remember his whole, I'm not a crook speech. And that was when I think that was my first introduction to government and politics, and like really being aware as a child that this was a thing. Like, oh, politics is a thing, government is a thing, and feeling a need to take a side at the tender age of 8 or 9. Yeah.
8. Wow. That was impressive. I was just trying to figure out if I could be captain of the kickball team.
Well, maybe that's why I minored in political science, and I have 2 kids in politics. Yeah. So yeah, I guess maybe I was into that thing. I guess I was that nerdy kid. But yeah, it's just, it seems like, it doesn't seem like that long ago to me. So it's sort of a blur.
Yeah, I don't remember Watergate. I mean, I remember, maybe not really. Oh, no,
because you had like a wholesome childhood, and I was a city kid.
Well, I do. I mean, this isn't 1970. I do remember man landing on the moon.
Yeah,
I remember that, but I don't remember Nixon or Watergate. I just remember it from, I can't think of the movie now. Forrest Gump.
Okay, I'm confused.
The movie Forrest Gump. He goes through.
That's right.
The whole movie. He goes through different pieces of time where he was in the action. Yeah.
Yes. Now I recall. Him getting like the Medal of Honor or whatever. Okay, we're going to take one more break. We are having 1972 trivia. Who and what is turning 50? We're taking a break. We'll be back in a little bit. Welcome back. We are doing 1972 trivia. Who and what is turning 50 today? This is really fun. We've got Jacob playing along with us because we kind of know all the answers. So we need somebody who does it. And we decided to leave the government and US world portion because some of it gets really heavy and we're just having a good time. But before we get in, we're going to dive in entertainment. But here's a great trivia one. And this one had Leone stumped. Tournament balls. Oh, I'm almost gave it away. We're talking about tennis balls.
Okay, well,
yellow tennis balls came into being in 1972. What color were they before that?
I think that they were white.
Oh, stop it.
Let's go.
I couldn't believe it. I think I've seen movies like Dirty Dancing or something where they've like in the background they're playing tennis and the balls are yellow. I am like, when I have time, I'm gonna go back and do a movie. That's
historical faux pas. Like they didn't. You probably either couldn't get white tennis balls when they filmed Dirty Dancing because they stopped making them.
Oh, but come on, it's the movies. There's paint, there's chalk, come on. My daughter worked in a rinky-dinky little theater at her high school and they made it, yeah. We were spray painting and chalking all the time, but yeah. All right, Jacob, what dice word game came out in 1972?
Dice word game?
Word, W-O-R-D, word.
Dice word game. I'm thinking like bananagrams, but that's kind of more new age.
One of my favorite games, by the way, but yeah.
And then I was thinking like Trivial Pursuit is not really a word game though, is it? Is it Tribond? Is that?
No, you might be too young for this one, Jacob. I don't know. It's still it's still a game. Starts with a B. Starts with a B.
Balderdash.
Oh no.
Nope, I have no idea.
Okay. Boggle.
Boggle. Okay, that's actually sounds familiar now.
It has it's let me think. I think it's 16 dice and you put it in and you shake it. And then the words, like the letters, whatever letter pops up on that dice, you have to try to make words.
Okay, so it's similar to the categories then.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yes. But it is very loud and it's obnoxious. And I'm not sure who made that or designed it, but my kids did play it and boggle.
So, Atari's first video game came out in 1972. Do you know the name of?
Is it Pong?
Yes.
Amazing.
You did it. Wow.
Yeah.
Can you?
Go ahead.
I did not think it was that early. I mean, I'm just thinking in 50 years. I mean, 50 years ago, the first video game was introduced.
Yeah, we've got there's this ping pong bar out here that I go to, and they're all like, "Pong's the first video game," and they have these little arcade machines spread out through the whole bar. So, yes, I got lucky.
Yeah, our kids had, they had the latest, up to date, whatever Xbox or whatever it was that we even had a Wii. We had a Wii and an Xbox and the whole thing.
I miss the Wii.
But my kids would laugh at us when we told them that the first video game that we had, and I think maybe I was in college or maybe high school. I didn't play it a lot, but it actually had wires that attached to the TV. And you would sit back and you only could go so far because it was the length of the wire. And you would sit there and play the bonk, bonk. Yeah. Yeah. Tennis.
My dad, we did have an Atari and my dad loved playing Pong.
Yeah.
He would just sit there and then, yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to talk about TV, but I have to, because this to me is there's so much memory tied up in this. We're not going to ask it as a question, but MASH premiered on CBS in 1972. And what I find, it had to run 10 years. Yeah, it had to be on for 10 years because in 1982, I remember going to a fraternity party for the last MASH episode. I was a freshman in college.
I'm just keep going on that one. Yeah, that would make sense. 1970. I remember watching it, but I don't remember watching the first episode. Like I don't.
Well, I don't remember the first episode. I definitely remember the last episode. Yeah. Drinking
yes.
Still 18 at that point. And I have not had gin since that day.
Well, yeah, that's another whole reason.
That was the end of gin for me. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Want to do TV, you said?
Let's do movies.
Movies, okay. Now, when it has the I'm just asking, kind of like a side note here. Everyone talk amongst yourselves while Susan and I chat. Is the order like the 1 through 10? Is that like the number one movie?
No.
Okay. Because I thought the number one movie.
Well, actually, it might be because you put in most popular movies. I put in a few other things.
Well, okay.
Okay, let's cut to the meaty part of this.
Yes.
This is so my husband's favorite movie. Actually, he likes the sequel, the first sequel better. The Godfather is turning 50 years old. And here was a bit of trivia that blew my mind. And I asked my husband, I said, did you know this? And he was like, yeah. I was like, okay, you must be all things Godfather. Before De Niro, no, not De Niro. Oh my goodness. Who's the name of the actor? How can I get this wrong? Help me out, Jacob.
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino. Okay, I always get De Niro and Pacino mixed up. So before Al Pacino and Marlon Brando, if Paramount Pictures had its way, Michael Corleone would have been played by Robert Redford. I don't understand. He's blonde and blue-eyed. And Vito would have been played by Danny Thomas.
And I don't see it.
I'm just thinking it would not be the blockbuster saga. And I'm a huge Robert Redford fan. I adore him and his movies, but I cannot see him as Michael Corleone.
Nope.
Okay.
Musical.
Number 2, musical, most popular movie. It was a musical, 1972, for all you musical fans like me.
I think I know this one.
All right, what is it? Jacob, go.
I'm torn between 2 right now. I'm going to start with West Side Story. That's not it. It's Grease, isn't it?
No.
That was 1976.
Oh my goodness. I had so much confidence this time too.
Oh, okay, I can't sing. It's Fiddler on the Roof.
Fiddler on the Roof. All right. All right, Jacob. You still have a chance to make it here. Do you know what James Bond movie?
Yes, I'm familiar with James Bond. Is that what you're asking?
1972. James Bond. What 1972 James Bond movie?
This is Sean Connery, right?
Yes,
it would have to be. Yes.
He was. Well, no, he wasn't always the Bond, but he was Bond in this.
Yeah, he was the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's Diamonds Are Forever?
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding.
Wow. Yes, excellent. Yeah. So some other movies to move this along.
Yeah.
What's Up, Doc? Dirty Harry.
If you're a Clint Eastwood fan, which I am not.
Yeah. The Last Picture Show.
Which I had to look at that again because I felt like I'd seen it. And then when I reread the plot, I'm like, oh my God, I remember I can't believe it won awards because it's really like a really twisted coming of age movie, but apparently it won Academy Awards. So
yeah, I've never seen it. So I can't. Yeah.
And another twisted coming of age movie.
Yeah.
Clockwork Orange. But here I'm going to skip ahead.
Yep, go ahead.
The one that I was that was in this article that I was I don't know, nostalgic about was the Poseidon Adventure. I remember going with my parents and seeing that in the movie theater. And I think I still don't like cruise ships because of that movie. But that was a great movie. Shelley Winters was amazing in that movie. She was just fabulous. And in the article also was Deliverance is turning 50. But here was the I know we always make all sorts of faces. I was not allowed, like in my family full of brothers and men, they were like, we don't talk about that movie.
I didn't see it when I was 8.
Oh, I didn't.
No, I was like in my teens when I saw that movie. Yeah.
But interestingly, Dueling Banjos, right? I'm trying to say today. I don't know why I think I can. Was also used. Dueling Banjos was also used in a 1963 episode of the Andy Griffith Show.
Well, it's a whole other thing now.
Now people hear it, they're like, ooh. But,
yeah, we canoe. So we live on a river, like there's a river and people come here, like lots of people come and go down our river. And it is so popular to hear people. And some people will even bring banjos and they'll do it as, play them while they're going down the river. Or people will sit on the banks and play that, which is even creepier. Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, and Cabaret, then, another musical. Liza Minnelli won the Oscar for Cabaret.
And she did. I don't know the hospital, George C. Scott.
I had to look that one up too. That was I've never seen it.
No.
I mean, I'd seen all of these, so I was I'd never heard of that one before. Also, I had never seen Everything You Always Wanted to Know About Sex, but were afraid to ask. So they took the book and they made it into a movie. And I was reading the Wikipedia on that, and it sounds funny. It sounds like Phil and I might have to find it on Netflix or something, because it sounds like a few good laughs in there.
Yeah. I haven't seen it.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about music and TV. We're going to see if we can cram as much of this in as we can, because I'm having so much fun. We are talking about all things 1972. You're listening to And That's When I Realized, and we will be back in a little bit. Hey, we are back. We are talking trivia, 1972 trivia, all things turning 50. Leone and I, and we've brought Jacob into the mix today so he can be our trivia participant, because we know the answers to all the questions. And this has been a lot of fun. It's when I look at this stuff, some of it is like, I can't believe it's 50. I know I've been saying that before, but maybe I don't know, just doesn't seem like that long ago. Leone and I were both 8.
Well, technically I was 7. I just want to put that there.
Okay. All right. I know I'm February and you're October and September. I'm sorry. I should know you.
No, it's all right.
Okay. Let's do music. Cause the number one song.
Number one song of 1972.
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw in the towel on this one, I think, unless you have a solid
I
answer.
think it's an anthem of sorts.
The Top Gun theme. This is a stretch.
Okay.
American Pie.
Oh. That was a good hint.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was an anthem. It was about JFK's assassination. It was about all sorts of things. So yeah.
And to that, I remember listening to that song on the radio. Our bus driver we had the old radio and the radio, where you tune the station. And that was you couldn't pre-program the songs. Whatever the radio was playing, and there were certain songs that they would play, and he would turn the music up really loud. And that was one of them.
Yeah, I remember. I remember that song. I remember singing it in my room. Yeah, but see, here's the thing. My brothers, I know I've said this before, but were 9 and 12 years older than me, and my closest cousins who lived close by, or actually probably in the same house at that time, they were even older than my brother. So I would listen to all of their music. Like I never, like if there was little kid music, if that was such a thing back then, I didn't know it because all I heard was what they listened to. So the Beatles and All right. Let's Stay Together by Al Green. I can't even think of that song in my head.
Don't know it. I didn't even look it up.
Without
And I don't know this one either.
Yeah. Heart of Gold, Neil Young.
Okay. This next one has to be, it is one of my favorite songs.
It's by America. Do you know any songs by America, Jacob?
I do not.
Okay.
Oh, A Horse with No Name. Susan, sing it. I can't.
It felt good to be out of the rain. I don't understand the lyrics to that song. Just like I actually had to look up the other day. I'm just curiosity. Was Black Horse and a Cherry Tree. These kind of, maybe it's the horse that I don't understand. There was also a song about a horse called Wildfire back in the day, and the whole thing was about a horse that busts down its stall, and then her owner goes chasing after it, and she dies in a blizzard, and then the guy is
song.
I don't understand the horse songs.
Wait, anyway, I don't even know that song.
You've never heard the song Wildfire?
Oh, maybe I'll look it up. I'm gonna write it down.
Yeah, you'll remember the tune. This one will always make me cry. We're gonna run out of time. We still have to get to TV.
I know, I gotta
go. The first time I ever saw your face. That wasn't a movie, wasn't it? Maybe
what
not.
Movie?
I don't know. I was thinking like it appeared, it made its entrance in a movie. Okay, I'm gonna jump to number 9, which is Candyman. I know I'm singing in my head. I won't.
Okay, you said you had a story about it?
Candyman. So I was in the Swedish children's choir, and you're like Candyman in Swedish. No, I didn't have to do that. But the first when we do our spring shows or fall shows or Christmas shows or whatever, lots of the kids had solos, and for like the first half of the show, and Candyman was my solo. One year I had to sing Candyman on stage in front of a bunch of people. But fun fact, this one is in the magazine. And so I have to share this because got more to get in here. So the song Loving You, you can hear the birds singing in the background. La, 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 la. That is about Maya Rudolph, like SNL, Maya Rudolph. Her parents, Minnie Riperton and Richard Rudolph, wrote the hit song Loving You in tribute to her.
That is so sweet.
Isn't that so sweet? So the next time you hear it, you'll have to think about baby Maya Rudolph. And her parents just looking at her and being so in love and writing a song. I think that's just the sweetest thing. All right.
We'll move on to TV. All right, Jacob. What was the number 1 TV show in 1972?
Is it Golden Girls? I have full transparency. I've got a couple of people whispering things into my ear right now. We have a little watch party happening.
Okay.
That's probably 15 years later. So you have to go reach. Let's see. I'm gonna give a hint. It was very controversial because the star of the show was a quite outspoken, grumpy old man.
You're gonna have to give this one to me, I think.
Okay. All in the Family.
Oh, I was going to give him one more hint. I was going to say his son-in-law.
I'm sorry.
His son-in-law Meathead. Okay, yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All in the Family. And Carol O'Connor, another fun fact, who was Archie Bunker, graduated from the University of Montana, where I attended college for a brief point in time. So he's an alumni of University of Montana. Go on, Leone, you take one.
Okay, no, we can just shoot through these. Sanford and Son.
My dad loved that show.
Hawaii Five-0. And I did watch that. I know. Maude.
See, that's where you were close with the Golden Girls, because I can't think of the name of the actress, but Maude was in the Golden Girls.
Okay.
What was her name? Oh my gosh, that's gonna and then going down, number 7 was the Mary Tyler Moore Show, which
I love that show.
I love that show. This was a show that my father loved, still watches it, still. Gunsmoke. Loved it.
Or is that Bonanza?
Yes.
I always got Bonanza.
No, that's I think Bonanza. Yeah.
But here, so I was talking about Jacob, you might be able to get this one. This was on every Sunday night, and we were just talking about its 50th anniversary theme park.
Okay, so it's Disney. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is like Looney Tunes, but that's not even anywhere close. No, I don't know.
You had to be a kid when this was still. I know you were a kid. This was still The Wonderful World of Disney.
Okay, I've never seen that before.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to know
Sunday
how.
night. And they would show the castle, and then the Tinkerbell glitter.
7 o'clock. Okay, so 7. It was 7 o'clock for us. It would come on at 7, and 7 o'clock. It was a big deal for us.
Show. And the thing is, because like I said, because I had older brothers, I never I had to go to my grandparents' house to watch it, because they would always want to watch like Hawaii Five-0.
Oh no. It was for us, that was a big deal. We would have like a big lunch. I mean, our main meal was Sunday at lunchtime. So my mom would fix a big meal. And then for dinner, it was, I don't know, we'd have like popcorn or something. But we would watch, that was the big thing. Is 7 o'clock, we would watch it and then go to bed.
We are out of time.
We are. This was fun, and I can't find my sticky note page. Okay.
Do you have it?
I have it. I'm ready.
Go ahead.
Sticky note. Nothing is more responsible for the good old days than a bad memory. And we don't know who said that.
Like, oh my gosh, like, you remember Watergate in the good old days?
Right.
Anyway, this has been a really fun show. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully maybe we can do something like this again. The trivia is really fun. Anyway, thanks for joining us. Just remember, age is just the number of years the world has been enjoying you. And we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for being here with us today on And That's When I Realized. We are here to shed some light on the misconceptions around midlife by sharing real life stories and a fresh perspective.
Look, we know it's not easy, but change is constant and inevitable. Let's explore what it means to move through challenges with a dose of humor and embrace each challenge, each new discovery with a higher sense of understanding. We hope you heard something today that made you laugh and recognize the truth and comedy of midlife. See you next time.